Perfect.
My name is Jesse. This is my 2008 Stance FA1. With this car, I have a 2011 SI front end with a Mugen front lip and a Z splitter, full Mugen fender flares all around, Mugen GT spoiler, BC Racing coils, SPC camber arms, Mickey Thompson Jeep wheels that are 17 by 9.5. Too much to list. I chose a Stance Life instead because, you know, I seen guys in the States with like stupid amounts of camber, and like here it wasn't as big. Everybody would go track, everybody would go, you know, boosted, you know, whatever, superchargers. Stance Life, you know, it's fun, you know, sure you're going to mess up your tires with all the camber, but you know, you break necks, you're driving down the street, everybody's looking at your car. You know, everyone's asking, oh, why is your car so low? And you know, why are your wheels like this? You know, it's nice, it's a nice feeling. When I was looking at buying cars in the beginning, I was coming from an EG. I wanted something 4 doors. I was looking. Kept finding SIs, but they're either too far or just too expensive. I'm like, okay, I'm going to stance the car anyways. Speed's not going to really be a factor to me at that moment. Obviously, later down the road, I wish I did choose SI, but at the time I seen it, I was like, okay, it looks clean, it's nice, there's no rust, standard, obviously, and it was everything that I wanted. What inspired this build? Obviously the guys in On Point, Sandro, an old crew member Kunal, had 2 of the cleanest 8 gens I've seen. So I would always see their cars around, I'm just like, okay, it's clean, you know, they're nice, they spend a lot of money into them. So upon meeting with Sandro, I'm like, okay, you know, he can give me advice, he's older, so you know, he can help me out within where to buy things, you know, what to get. And Kunal was a big help too. He's an inspirational to my build as well. Would always help me. Any questions that I ever had to ask, he was always there. Now, that's Toronto-wise. Stateside, there was a lot of guys down there. They're just, it's all 8 gens with Ks. But there's no FA1 pages. So I brought everybody as a group and made FA1 Society to bring everyone together. So everyone, you can just go on the page and look at inspiration for all FA1s. So it went from me looking for inspiration to being to inspiration to somebody else, you know, so I thought that was pretty dope.
Perfect.
What got me into cars? Growing up where I live now, there used to be car meets frequently down there. I used to leave my house, you know, 1 o'clock in the morning, there would be a bunch of cars there. And right behind my house, they used to have the runs. Years back, you know, Fast and Furious when it just came out. And obviously Fast and Furious was always everyone's car inspiration and whatever. So I would always see these cars run. Everybody just ripping it up and down the street. So I'm like, okay, one of these days, when I get older, I need to have a Honda. I need to do the same thing. When I was about 11, one of my boys brought me to Import Fest. And from there, I'm like, okay, when I get older, I have to get into the show. You know, some of my family members were into cars. They all had like EGs, you know, with like B16s, B18s in them. So I'm just like, okay, my older cousins are onto Hondas. I'm like, they're going to the runs too, you know, beating guys. I'm like, okay, I need to do this too, you know. I'm going to get older. I'm going to get my license. And, you know, Hondas are just, from growing up, was just the way to go. Even to my son, I'm going to pass the same inspiration to him. You know, he's already 60 months, so it's like, you know, he's learning about cars, he's going into my car. It's just going to be generation to generation of cars now.
How's it going, everybody? We're back in today with a FA1. It's actually Jesse's car from FA1 Society. And this is a different one. This is more of a stance build instead of like a track build. Unfortunately, it doesn't really have like a full-fledged VTEC. It's not like a K20 or a K24. It's not the fastest thing out there, but it's got a K-twin throttle booster, and it does make a significant difference. He is running BC coils, So the car is pretty nice on the corners actually. Jesse tells me it's on the stiffest setting right now, and it rides pretty comfortable. I'm actually pretty happy with the BC coils, but that's already a given because everyone knows how good BC coils actually are. And this thing actually has a full exhaust, so no cats, no res. It's got a K-Tune full race exhaust, and it's got headers, and it's just a straight pipe all the way through. So this thing can get really, really loud. Also, these Sparkle seats that Jesse fit into, they feel really nice. They don't have the sliders, but thank God me and Jesse are pretty much the same height. They hold me nicely in the corners. They do feel a little bit tight, so anybody bigger than me would have a little bit of trouble in here. But brakes, what can I say? Pretty sure they're stock. Yeah, but this thing is low, man. Like, I'm scraping on almost everything. Every single bump you feel, you know? And once again, Hondas are known for having one of the best shifters for a car that wasn't designed to be a race car, because this one, once again, is not the SI. So it has really short throws. The gears, they click right in. They're not like other shifters, or they're not like the SC300 where I was kind of guessing which gear was in. Well, once again, it is a newer car, so that would be a big thing. Also, the K-Tune shift knob that Jesse has on this feels really nice. It's just the right weight, and it has the right feel as well. With the seating position and the steering wheel positioning, and even the shifter, like everything feels just right. Full lock, no fitment issues, everything feels good, nice and snug. Also, this FA1 has the stock steering wheel, and I've always been a fan of this generation's Honda steering wheels because they kind of have the bolsterings all in the right places, and the steering feel is really direct. Even if it's electronic, you still feel everything that's happening on the road. It doesn't feel too artificial. Also, the interior lining on this, there's like a little plaid design up here, and it looks friggin' dope, guys. Another complaint about this would be the clutch. It seems like it needs to be bleeded, and the grab point is super low. But yeah, so overall, as a show car, this car works really well. And this car has a lot of potential to become a track car because it's very solid and it's very planted. Something that I would personally do to this car would be dropping like a K20 or like a K24, so it can have that VTEC feel, because that will kind of complete this car, because that's the only thing that's lacking.
Shout out to Garage 16 for all the hookups, for all the parts. Shout out to On Point, because that's the family, that's the car crew, all the On Point members. Shout out to my homie, yeah, because, you know, like that guy's just the man. Shout out to homie AJ. You know, On Point was shining this year, as usual. Shout out to, obviously, Heaven. Shout out to Adam from Sticker Bomb. Shout out to Mike from Drive for Cancer. Shout out to all the guys down the stateside. Gen Civic. R18 Society now, too, as another page. Shout out to Z-Splitters as well. I think that's it.